Let me know if you can all hear me well, or just type in the chat box so I know that you're able to see me. I'm just waiting for a few more seconds, maybe while this streaming gets completed. Hi everyone, good afternoon, good evening, uh, depends on your time zone. Please put down in the chat box before we start that you can hear me well and you can see me well. So I know that you are able to see me. There may be some time like 15 to 20-second difference, time difference before my streaming goes live on your device. So if I'll see your text message, which means that shows that you are able to hear me now. So let's see, uh, where are we? Okay, great. Good afternoon. So I think you can hear me well, right? Okay, that's great. Thank you. Welcome for joining Gashan, Ricky. Yes, great. Thanks for replying back that you can hear me. So I hope this loud enough, but let me just still keep it more closer. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Sumit. I'm one of the volunteers for Art of Living Foundation. In case if you've not heard about Art of Living is an educational and humanitarian organization that exists in over 156 countries, mainly run by the volunteers, people like myself. And by profession, I'm a property surveyor, author, mentor, and I own multiple businesses related to property and investment. So let's while we're just waiting, let me just see if you any of you like to introduce yourself. You can probably put something in the chat box. Where are you joining from? What are the things that you really or that attracted you to join this? What are the things that you're looking from out of this session? So please put that in the chat box while I'm waiting for others. So basically, you will find on the right side of this video streaming that there's a chat box. In case if you're not familiar with that, you can use that chat box to, you know, chat with me. If you have any question, you can also write that question. And also, while we're waiting for others, in case if you are on this channel for first time, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe for this channel so that you don't miss out on our upcoming video and anything that we are updating. Yeah. So let's say in case, so I'll start with a very, if anyone like to introduce, they can introduce now. I'll wait for another 30 seconds, and because it's always good to know, like who is joining, from where they are joining, because people are joining from worldwide, and it's always good to know where are they joining from, and also what are their main interest in terms of joining this workshop, so I can do my best to deliver as much as I can that would be able to, that you can relate in your life. So let me start with a small story. There was this lady. She was a CEO of one of the American company on a very high scale, and once she was basically facing a lot of issues in her life and a lot of work pressure and the other issues that was basically making her feeling so much stressed. So she decided that okay, I need a break. I need to go for a holiday and take some break from this routine job. So she decided to basically, go and book a holiday. She booked in a five-star hotel. She went near by the beach, one of the beautiful beach there. Then when she went there, basically she started her day from morning, seeing like all the luxurious thing all around her, the nice car, the nice servant there serving her, the five-star hotel, swimming pool, and so many events going on. And then also there was a beautiful beach by the side of the five-star hotel. So she went there, and then she basically able to enjoy that scenery and that moment for only 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, she said, like after 5 minutes, I couldn't really enjoy. I fall back into my normal pattern, and she start feeling again the same way like restless or depressed or happiness. Now the message here is, like regardless of how much we learn in our life, how much money we have in our life, how much luxury we have, the best hotel, the best house, the best car, the people, if we have not learned how to be happy from inside, all that things that are surrounding us is really worthless. They don't really fulfill anything in life. So it is very important to learn the skills that we can use in our life to really upskill. Yeah, I'm just looking at some chats, so just see in case if you have any questions, you can of course write it down here, and if not, then let me just move. So let me ask one thing. The question here is: have you noticed there are times in our life when we feel so happy, enthusiastic, you know, like creative, productive, happy, so light as if the balloon in the air, right? And then, yet there are times in our life when we feel a bit like, sad, depression, heaviness, as if that just balloon got crushed. Have you noticed that? Right? Now, why do you think that there are times in our life when we feel happy, enthusiastic, creative, productive, all those positive energies, positive thoughts that comes, yet there are times in our life when we feel, the things are completely opposite, and it's still the same thing. As I mentioned, that in that example, the lady had everything around her, like everything she had that she could dream for, like the five-star hotel, the beach, or where she went for a holiday. But then still after 5 minutes she couldn't enjoy the moment anymore. Why? Because the happiness has to come from within. Now I can see there are some messages here, and okay, I'll try to speak a little louder so that you can hear. I'll see when I can bring it more closer. Hopefully you will be able to hear better. And then also please use your speaker phone, if or external speaker, in case if you find the voice is slightly down. I'll probably aim to use the external mic for next time, maybe. Although I'm very close to basically the device. Anyway, so now the answer to the question is why you feel so happy, productive, creative, all this positive thing in our life few days, and then there are time in our life when we have completely opposite. If we see it closely, it's nothing but the rise and fall of our energy in our body. When the energy level in our body is high, we feel productive, creative, enthusiastic. All happens to the best we could dream for. When the energy level is low, that's where we feel like stress, depression, bit heaviness, restless, all that thing comes. I mean, you will not find yourself in a stressful situation when we have too much of energy, right? It's only like, if you see the simple definition of stress is when we have too much to do with less time to deliver that, or when your demand is higher than your capability, or like you are not able to capable to deliver that high which is demanded. That's when you feel stressed, isn't it? So, like, there are many tendencies of our mind. Let's just understand the basic part of it. There are few things, like, so we feel, I mean, once we understand this tendency of our mind, basically it's much better for us to live our life. So one of them is what? It's agrees or disagrees. So some part of the things, let's say even whatever I'm saying here, you might say, oh yes, that makes sense, but other one maybe it's not, I'm not sure, or something. Yeah. So it's agrees and disagrees. That's natural for every people. They agree to some part and they do not agree to other part. Depends on their experience, depends on what where they're coming from. Other thing is, it vacillate between the past and future. So let's say, unless we've learned how to be in present moment, our mind, when let's say we close our mind, just let's close our eyes for a minute, think about anything, or just think anything and just observe. Is your mind thinking something about past, or is it thinking anything about future? Just observe your thought, notice them closely, and then open your eyes. So were you thinking about past or future? You can probably use chat box and then answer here. So let's say maybe some of you might be thinking about past or future, unless we have really learned how to be in present moment. When we think about past, what type of emotions that comes to us? Emotions will be like, in the past is like regret, anger, right? And you see, when we think about future, what type of emotions comes? It's like a fear or an anxiety. Like, for example, you prepared for your interview, or you prepared for your uh, presentations or something, and all of a sudden before you are really about to deliver that interview or presentation, you are stepping in even before the time comes, and you feel that your hands and the legs gets cold, right? Same way when we think about past, like anger emotion or regret. Like in anger emotion, you will see literally our body temperatures goes high. Like you can see your eyes, ears, nose gets red, isn't it? So imagine like if our body is like a slice of a pizza, yeah. And then if you when you travel into the past, which means imagine that slice of pizza you're putting in a microwave, then you take it out, and then when we go in a future, it's like a fridge freezer, it's a cold, right, temperature. You take that slice of pizza and put it in a fridge freezer, then you take it out again and put it in past, which is microwave, take it out, put it back in fridge freezer again, like a future, and microwave, fridge freezer, microwave, fridge freezer, past, future. That's how we do, right? So what will happen to the slice of a pizza? It will get finished, right? You can't even you eat that. Same thing happens to our body. When we think about too much about past and future, we are damaging our body. That's why we sometimes you will see many people look much older than their age, because they have damaged their body by worrying too much, by thinking too much in past and future, and not really learning to be in a present moment. Yeah, that's another tendency of our mind, just to learn. We'll of course go through in the details how to get more about it. Now, other thing is, it's clings on to the negative. So let's say, for example, if I give you 10 compliments and one negative feedback, what's more likely you will remember after our chat? One negative comment, isn't it? You will forget about all those 10 compliments that I gave you, but then you will think about that one negative compliment that I mean, one negative comment that I gave, right? But this is a tendency of a mind. That's how the mind think. It clings onto the negative. Also, the mind doubts the positive, but it doesn't doubts the negative. When you have basically, let's say if somebody tells you I love you, you'll say, really? You might doubt that. But if somebody say I hate you, you will not probably doubt that at all. You'll simply say, yes, he said he hate me, so you just accept it, isn't it? You'll say yes. Now, these are just a tendency. Now what we discuss about, learning about how to have more energy and less energy, like about 18 years ago, I encountered this things technique called Sudarshan Kriya. This is that technique that can increase our energy level, especially when it's low. So you can increase the energy level whenever you need at your will. So what this Sudarshan Kriya is a Sanskrit word. Su means proper, darshan is vision, kriya is purifying actions. Through the pattern of breath that we take, we can really channelize our energy in such a way that can really enhance your lifestyle. Now, we'll discuss more about it later, but let us first understand what are the main sources of energy. How is that this body gets energized? What are the things? Anybody like to share? Maybe you can use the chat box and share, like, how do you think our body gets energy in our life? I'll wait for some comments. I know that since we're doing live, maybe it will be like 15 to 20-second gap between what I'm saying now and what you're listening there. So I'll allow extra 10-15 seconds just in case if you're typing anything. So let's say meantime I'll start. So let's say the first thing is the food, right? The food that we eat gives us energy, isn't it? But it cannot be any food. Like imagine if you're eating a junk food, will that give you energy? No, right? So it has to be the good afternoon, Andrea. Good to see you again. Yeah, Jogo said the food. Yeah, that's correctly said. Now, food has to be the right quality of food and the quantity of food. Even if you eat too much of the food, doesn't mean that you will get too much energy, right? Has to be the right quantity and the right. Normally, they say like something which can go in this. I mean, don't ask me how higher, but something. I mean, our intestine can digest something of this palm size. Yeah. So that's on the food. Now, what is the second source of the energy? Sleep, isn't it? So if we sleep enough, or like say after our sleep in the morning, don't we feel energized, right? Unless, of course, if we are sleeping less, then we feel irritations, bit of restlessness. But if we, how it happens, like when we sleep 12 to 15 hours on a weekend and then we wake up after 12 to 15 hours, do we feel more energized? No, right? In fact, on the contrary, we feel laziness, letharginess, right? So it has to be the right quantity and the quality of sleep that we are looking for. And normally each body have a different style. So I mean, let's say for example, child would require to sleep longer than the adult, and then your body will tell you that how much you sleep you need, even if you are not really allowing that much sleep that your body need. That's why you will see many times people go on work or while traveling in the car and all, they fall asleep, right? That's why it happens, because body will automatically tell you that you have not given me enough rest, so it will take you to the sleep. Now, what are the other sources of energy? Anyone like to guess? Maybe you can share. Some more new people joined, so I'll allow an extra few seconds for waiting for the answers. So we have some new people: Ricky, Yu Yang, Andrea. Okay, I'll wait. So let's say now another one is the calm and meditative mind. It could be like anything that you enjoy. Let's say you enjoy listening to the music, or if you enjoy doing yoga or any exercise, running, or even sitting with somebody who can uplift you. While listening to them, you feel more energized and positive, right? So that's basically falls under your calm and meditative mind. Now, anybody like to guess what's the fourth source of energy? Is very much uh, important in our life, yet is hardly recognized. Yeah, yoga, yes. Exercise, yeah, which I feel that exercise is also part, in that calm and meditative mind, because you bring our body into a certain position. So it's like basically bringing your mind. I mean, I did one of the video on YouTube explaining this. So bringing your mind, breath, and body together, channelizing and harmonizing these three things together. That's what gives you the right state of mind. Yeah. So now let me explain about the fourth source of energy. It's the right under our nose is the breath. It's one of the biggest source. Like imagine for how many days can you live without food? Perhaps few weeks at the max, right? How many days can you go without sleep? Maybe a couple of days until it will start affecting your mind, right? Or other faculties of our body. And how many days can we go without calm, meditative, or like a right, mindset? I mean, so this is the opposite side of the stress. Like, so if somebody is, how many weeks or days can you go in a full stress? I mean, that's also very difficult, to imagine. Some people can really go so deep into that they even go and commit suicide. You may have seen some of the examples, right? So that's like when we are not trying to break that pattern, because when we fall into a negative pattern, it can go so bad that sometimes people decide to even commit suicide and take their life. Yeah. Now, but breath, how many days? Probably, let me change my question. How many minutes can you be without the breath? Only couple of minutes, hardly, right? You see how important this breath is. Let me ask you another question. What is the first act of our life? What is that the human do when they come to this universe? They breathe in, isn't it? And what's going to be the last act of our life? The last act of our life, we are going to breathe out, and that's it. So the whole life is between this breathe in and breathe out. Yet we hardly give any importance to this breath, unless we are really, doing some exercise, yoga, or if we are struggling when we have a short breath, then only we realize, okay, yes, we are breathing. Otherwise, we hardly notice that we are breathing, or we take it for granted, this breath, right? Now, also you will see, there are research that shows average human being hardly use one third of their lung capacity, which means there are more capacity that we have that we can use. And research also shows that more than 80% of the toxins gets released through the breath only. So you see, like is one of the tool to really cleansing your body. So you see how important the breath is. And research also shows that every emotions that comes in our mind changes our breathing pattern. So for example, when we are in anger emotion, how is the breathing pattern? We feel, I mean, we breathe so fast, right? Fast and rapid when we are angry. How is the breathing pattern when we are sad, depressed, or you may have seen people in a hospital like they're literally doing like their outgoing breath is longer than the incoming breath. And how is the breathing pattern when we are happy and just you know we hardly notice that, right? It's so light. But then whether we notice or not, every emotion that comes in our mind changes our breathing pattern. So what we learn here is basically, because we can't go inside our mind and then change those emotions, but certainly we have the breath as a tool. By reversing our breathing patterns, we can control that emotions to a certain extent. For example, you may have seen like in our olden days, elder people used to say, like when we used to get angry, uh, they used to say just take some long deep breath in and out, and you see in few seconds that anger emotions come to an extent to control to some certain extent, right? So this is what, like, so every emotions can be replaced or can be reconfigured by changing your breathing pattern. It becomes like a kite flying. Imagine your emotions are like a kite which is all over in the sky, and that's how your emotions are all over here and there, right? But once you've learned, like, thread is like that breath through that link. That's the link, is that breath. Once you learn how to really, you know, use this breath, then it becomes like a kite flying skill. So you can really control your emotion to your at your own will. Yeah. So that is what we aim to do by using these breathing techniques and all. So rather than talking much, let's experience some breathing technique. Would you like to also experience something, right? So let's begin. So what we are going to do is uh, we're going to learn a very simple one, a straw breath. So all we are going to do is, imagine if there is a straw, we are going to blow air in the straw, and the way we do it, we roll our tongue and then we put like straw in the. So we take a long deep breath in, fill your lungs, and as we breathe out, very, very slowly, like as if you're blowing in a straw, we breathe out. We do around 10 to 12 rounds like this. So continue on your own speed. Long deep breath. Make sure your breath is long and you fill your lungs completely. Yeah. So let's start. Breathe in, fill your lungs, and as you breathe out, blow the air in the straw. If you prefer, you can close your eyes as well to feel the whole energy and the sensations. Continue, keep taking long deep breath in and out and blow through the straw. And when you complete, on your next round, relax, palms resting on the knees, facing upward. Observe your breath. Let it come back to the normal breathing pattern. And observe your mind. How is your mind now? You see, just by making small changes in a breathing pattern, by just blowing some air in like a straw, how you feel. Just little change, yeah? Now, would you all like to learn one more technique? This is like very important, and I mean, it's called yogic coffee. Yeah, whenever you feel low in your life, just do this few rounds, and then you will feel more energized. Yeah. And so I mean, during the day, whenever you feel that like you are short with energies and all, so this is done with a moderate speed, not too fast or too slow. And it's called Pastrika. Yeah. So now let me ask one quick question. Like the reason we do this, and normally, let's say if I'll ask you to think about anything, let's say let's close our eyes, you think about anything, but don't think about a monkey eating a banana. Think anything, but just do not let this thought to come in your mind. A monkey who is eating banana. You may open your eyes. What did you notice? Did you saw that monkey or not? Yeah, most of you would have, right? Because that's the thing. Whatever we resist, that persists. We can't win mind with a mind. And in order to win a mind, we need to use this breath as a tool. Yeah. So now in the second one, what we're going to do is the same. We do Bastrika. And the way it's done is, so I'll demonstrate once, few rounds, and then I'll explain, and then we'll do together. So the way it's done, like we have a loose fist on the side, and then as we breathe in, we raise it up. So I'm just showing it here because I can't bring the screen up. So as it goes up, our palms opens up, and we just open our hands like this. And as we come down, we just make the fist back, thumbs outside the fist. Yeah. So let me show you a couple of rounds. Yeah, you got it. So basically all we're trying to do is taking bit forceful breath on a moderate speed. Do not force too much. And this is very good, let's say when you have blocked muscles and all, or some something like blocking up, it basically cleans up. Yeah. So now what we'll do is we'll do about 3 rounds like this. So let's say one round we'll do around 15 to 20 repetition in each round, and we'll do 3 cycles. So let's say once we finish, we rest our palms on the knees, so palms facing upward, resting on the knees. Yeah. And then we do second round, we again do the same, palms resting on the knees, facing upward, and we do the third one, and then we do the same. We'll keep our eyes closed throughout the process. So until you hear me saying that you may open your eyes. Until then, you just please keep your eyes closed, and then let's see what we experience. Okay. So the idea here is the spine should erect straight. In case if you're sitting on a chair or somewhere, just come in the front of the chair so that your spine automatically become erect straight. Or you can sit on a floor with a diamond posture, or whichever way. Like this is called a Vajrasana, which is like sitting on the leg on a straight way. So let's sit with our spine erect, body relaxed, eyes closed, loose fist by the side of your shoulders. Shoulders relaxed, chin straight, a nice gentle smile on your face to relax your face muscles. So first let us take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Now we begin together. As we breathe in, hands goes up, palms open up, out. Again make a fist back as you come out. Breathe in, out, 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 and relax, keeping your eyes closed, palms resting on the knees, facing upward. Observe your breath and any sensations in your body. And keeping our eyes closed, let's get ready for the second round of Bhastrika. Loose fist by the side of your shoulders, shoulders relaxed, chin straight, spine erect straight, a nice gentle smile on your face. Let's take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Now let's begin together with eyes closed. Breathe in, palms up, out. Make a fist back. In, out, 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 in, out. And keeping your eyes closed, relax, palms resting on the knees, facing upward. Observe your breath and any sensations in your body. Be inward. Closely observe what's happening inside. And let's get ready for a third and final round of Bhastrika. Keeping our eyes closed, spine erect, body relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Loose fist by the side of your shoulders, chin straight, a nice gentle smile on the face. Let's take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Together, let's begin. Breathe in, out, 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 in, out. And keeping your eyes closed, relax, palms resting on the knees, facing upward. Observe your breath and any sensations in your body. Slowly become aware of your body and surrounding, and at your own speed. When you feel complete, you may open your eyes. Good. You see, just in few minutes, how have we managed to change this state of mind? They say the quality of our life is determined by the state of our mind. And it is very important that we look after this mind. Yeah. So now what we are going to do is, rather than discussing much, we're going to do a meditation, a guided meditation, where you'll be getting all the instruction. All you have to do is follow the instruction effortlessly. So there are three golden rules before we go into meditation. Uh, Maybe some of you may have done the meditation before. So I would like you to remain open completely. Let's say whatever you have learned so far, let's keep that on one side. So these three golden rules will always help you to go deeper in a meditation. Now, what is the first one? Like when we sleep, how do we sleep? Is there any difference between a rich person's sleep or a poor person's sleep? No, right? Is there a difference between an adult sleep or a child sleep? No. Any difference between a male sleep or a female sleep? No, right? So the message here is, when we sleep, we drop our identity. Same way, when we are going to do meditation, at least for this 15-20 minutes, whatever time we are going to do this meditation, let's see that we keep this in our mind that I am nothing. Just drop your identity. Second, I want nothing. So drop our desire for a time being. Third, I do nothing. So let's let our doership also we drop it. Yeah. So I am nothing, I want nothing, I do nothing. These three things we keep in our mind while we are doing this meditation. And let's say when the effort, the instruction comes like, take breathe in, you breathe in. When instruction comes breathe out, you just breathe out. If we say think about an apple, you just think about an apple. Whatever things comes first effortlessly, you don't need to go in detail like what color apple, green apple, pink apple, or red apple. Just whatever thought comes first, just observe. If any emotions that comes, let it come. Just observe, and as a witness observe your thoughts and you know your emotions. So meditation is not about just focusing on something, but the end result of the meditation is focus, peace, calm, and restless. Yeah. So let's begin. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll also play a small some maybe background track as well, so we would have that. So let us sit comfortably for this meditation, keeping our eyes closed throughout until you hear the instruction. Only then open the eyes. Otherwise, throughout this process, we'll keep our eyes closed. Palms resting on the knees, facing upwards, so in a receiving form. Yes. And we're sitting comfortably. Do not fall asleep. Observe whatever comes and just completely follow the instructions. So let us sit comfortably and easily with our eyes closed and spine erect. Let us take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Listen to any noises in the environment. Perhaps the noises of any children playing, any fan or air noise, or a traffic moving. Closely notice any noises around you. Accept any noises around you. You are in harmony with your environment right this moment. Let's take another deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your body. Your body is a beautiful gift given to you by nature, by God. Honor and respect your body very dearly. Become aware of your feet, your legs, your thighs, your genitals, abdomen, chest region, your shoulders, your face, your head, the whole body. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your thoughts, whether good thoughts or bad thoughts. Let them be. Just become aware of them. Do not resist any thoughts. Let them come. Just observe them. Now you are in harmony with your thoughts. Right this moment. Take another deep breath in and let go. Now become aware of your feelings, whether good feeling or bad feeling. Let them be. Do not resist. Let them come. Now you are in harmony with your feelings right this moment. You are peace. You are joy. You are love. Love is what you are. It's your very nature. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your thoughts once again, if there are any. Become aware of your feelings, if there are any. Become aware of any sensations in your body. Become aware of your environment. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Very slowly and gradually, at your own speed. When you feel complete, you may open your eyes. If you prefer, you may stretch your body to hands. Welcome back. So, how was it? Good. You know, this was just a small glimpse of what we run in the 3 days of workshop of Art of Living Happiness program. As I mentioned, so this is in like over 156 countries. I mean, of course, I'm just a volunteer, I don't earn any money there. But then I really have found this very important tools in our life, because in those 3 days workshop we need to spend more time as well. So we go through the technique that I mentioned about Sudarshan Kriya, which is a rhythmic breathing technique, the one where we learn how to change the rhythmic pattern of our breath to really control our emotions. Is one of the best gift to the humankind, I would say. That has changed my life. Like when I first encounter, I mean, when I first basically was introduced to this happiness program and this Sudarshan Kriya. Uh, it has changed completely my life like anything. uh, Also, it's not just about that. You will also, we learn about few breathing techniques, some straw breath. Those are only few techniques that we've just shared here. We'll go more in deeper in details on those 3 days. There are many other that we will share also, like, since this whole practice needs like a time, because in those 3 days of workshop we go through a detoxing process. So by step we learn everything practically that you can implement in your life, and lot of small useful tips and tools that we can implement in our life. Like, once the perceptions towards the life change, a life starts to change for us too. And so what I'm going to do is, anyway, so I'll first like share very little thing. Like, of course, normally by profession, as I mentioned, I'm basically property investor. I advise people how to invest in property or in the product or business. So I'm basically in a way advising people how to invest. If somebody will ask me a question, Sumit, what was the best investment you have ever made? You know what my answer going to be? The money that I invested in that Art of Living Happiness program. Although it's not a big amount, it's very small amount, but that amount has still, I mean, that investment has still given me, you know, the benefit throughout of my life. Whatever I do, when I started, basically, I was a student those days. Uh, I became a better student. Then I started working for people. I became a better employee. Then I started setting up business. I became a good businessman. So I started setting up one business after other and after other. When I became good, people wanted me to teach them. So I started setting up the training academy where I teach people on wealth and other things. And also then I started writing books. So I've written over half a dozen of books on property and finance. So I'm not just bragging that look what I've achieved, but what I'm saying, behind all of this achievement, that practices that I've learned in Art of Living workshop has always played a great role. And whoever has introduced me to this, family of Art of Living, I always remember him, and I will never forget him for the rest of my life. I always thank him. And that's the whole thing, because the benefit that I have got, I'm just here to share that benefit so other people can also enjoy and have some benefit from this. So I'll leave some link later on this video so you can check. Otherwise, you can just go on artofliving.org. You can join. I mean, so this is in over 156 country. I know some of the international people have joined on this work on this YouTube live. So you will find one definitely around you. You can just search Art of Living in your area, and then you can contact the teacher in that area. If you like to join my one, I'll be doing the next one on 31st of July till 2nd of August. So there will be timing that you can see in my link, or feel free to join whichever one you find is more convenient on that website. So that's the whole idea. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'm here just to uh, answer any questions. Maybe if you have any question quickly, you can write in the chat. I'll wait for that. And let me meantime keep sharing few more things while I'm waiting for this people's answers. Yeah, so I mean, there are many other activities that Art of Living also is involved in, like prison smarts, charity funds. There are some, school education, free library that has been donated and also run by Art of Living Foundation, and many other service activities that are on. You can always find a lot of things about this on Art of Living channel as well, which is available on YouTube. And of course, yeah, if you are first time on this channel, please do subscribe to my channel as well, so that you get notified on any upcoming new videos or the live that I'm doing next time. So you'll get notified for that. And if you have really enjoyed this one, I would suggest, please, I'll leave the recording of this anyways. So please share this link with your loved one, your family, friend, contact. And when people around you, if they are happy, then you are happy. And even if you are happy, if the people around you are not happy, then you won't be able to have, you know sustain your happiness for long. So it is very important to keep everyone happy around us, and that is why we must share this joy, the happiness. The joy increases by sharing. So increase this, I mean, share this by with anyone that you like or you want to benefit from that. And of course, do join the workshop. I will highly recommend, uh, once whenever you get chance, please join. If not this 31st July, or if not the my one, then you can just join anyone wherever you are based. Just find one near you. Speak to the teachers there on Art of Living. They'll be more than happy to help, like as I'm here to help as well. And if you need any more help, please feel free to contact me. Reach out by my channel. You can put some messages in the chat box. So of course, normally I cover, like, so apart from this, as I mentioned, I've got other training academy. So normally when in the workshop, I've noticed people have three type of main problem. One, health related. Two, wealth related or finance issues. Third, relationship, like their husband wife issues, boyfriend girlfriend, or mother-in-law, father-in-law, and those kind of things, right? I have not seen people who have problem which is outside these three categories. So I mean, for of course health and happiness, I always suggest people to join this Art of Living workshops that we teach. Then wealth, I've got other training academies. Is Property Expert Academy, where we teach all about property. Success Resources Ventures, which is more about any other business related things that you can find all under one roof. And also we do like a life coaching, where we cover, if you have any personal problem that's going on in your life, please feel free to write any questions, any query that you have in the comment section below. And whenever I get chance, I'll definitely be able to answer those things. And by all means, be in touch. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon in the near future. And until then, take care. Bye for now.